I'm curious as to what you guys think of the betting odds. I know that they're not something that necessarily play into your mindset or anything. I'm just curious as to what you think of them. It's pretty even. You're a slight favorite. I think you're plus 100 or something like that. I'm wondering what you read into that, why you think that is.
We don't pay attention to it very much, but I guess it's a result of my fight against Bigfoot Silva. They saw that I've come a long way, and I've had 8 months in between to get better, so obviously I've gotten better at every turn, so why wouldn't I get better now? So they're giving me a shot. I mean, if it's that close, I really had no idea. I expected to be a bigger underdog with all of his experience, but maybe these people are getting a little smarter.
Do you feel like an underdog in the fight?
Yeah, I do, honestly. Josh was a UFC champion. He's done a ton of things. He's beaten a lot of guys. I mean, Scott just listed him, and I really had no idea. I didn't know he beat that many guys, but I've beaten quite a few of those guys too, and I probably could do pretty well against a lot of the other ones. So I take it in stride. I should be the underdog because of his experience and his accomplishments, but I'll be ready to go.
A couple of months back, I think that you mentioned that you were going to take him down.
Yeah.
I mean, is that part of your game plan? Is being able to figure out a way to take him down?
This is a mixed martial arts fight. That means it's going to encompass all areas of combat. Yes, I'm going to put him on his back, of course. That is the way I've won my last 2 fights. I don't see any reason to stop. And although, that isn't a fight, we'll see what happens when we get in there. But of course, takedown's a big part of the game, and I'm sure just as much as he wouldn't mind putting me on my back.
Daniel, when was the last time you were put on your back?
Every week in practice.
Okay.
Kane takes me down sometimes. But I'm gonna get some takedowns. You guys want to see me take Josh down? I'll take him down. You decide.
The long and winding road that has been the Strikeforce World Heavyweight Grand Prix Tournament reaches its conclusion tomorrow night, and it's time to bring to the stage the 2 principals. First, he is an undefeated 2-time Olympian fighting out of AKA in San Jose. Please welcome Daniel Cormier. Cormier was given an opportunity in the tournament and made the most of it as he knocked out Antonio Bigfoot Silva in the semifinals to improve to a perfect 9-0. Now on the cusp of his biggest fight ever. Daniel Cormier comes in a rough and ready 238 pounds. Josh Barnett weighs in at 248 pounds. We are official. The Strikeforce World Heavyweight Grand Prix Tournament Final set for tomorrow night. And at this time, we're going to get them to pose, and then we'll get a few comments from both Daniel Cormier and Josh Barnett. Don't forget, the main card gets underway on Showtime. All right, let's hear it for the 2 finalists of the Strikeforce World Heavyweight Grand Prix. Before you guys go anywhere, Daniel, first of all, just put into words what this opportunity means to you in just your 10th professional fight.
It's a great opportunity for me to fight someone that's accomplished a ton in this sport. But we're in San Jose. This is where I live. I'm going to represent this town good.
Daniel Cormier, ladies and gentlemen, and Josh Barnett, you've been in many big fights throughout your career. Talk about what it would mean to win the Strikeforce World Heavyweight Grand Prix.
It's important as every single fight. Every fight really starts with just an opponent. Everything else, that's just icing on the cake. Winning this title, winning this Grand Prix, yeah, awesome. Beating Daniel Cormier, that's a lot better than that. He's an amazing athlete and a great fighter, so I'd rather do that. That has a lot more weight to me. I got nothing against San Jose, but sorry, I'm going to have to burn it down.
It's kind of hard because when you think about everybody's lives, we've all been through our trials and tribulations. And, but, for all the negative things that have happened in my life and me getting knocked down and having to get back up, I think it all prepared me for this, made me a stronger person. And just you know, everything's kind of turning around. Not only is my career going well, but I've got 2 young kids. I've got a great girlfriend, and my family life is perfect. My mom and them are here. I mean, it's just everything is on the up and up right now. I mean, all the negative, you know, losing my daughter, my dad getting killed, and you know, it goes on and on. You know, my teammate dying in a plane crash, or my roommate. All that stuff just prepared me, you know, for the good times. Because no matter how bad things get, eventually, you know, the sun is gonna shine, and if you just keep trying to live life the right way and try to just like pursue your dreams and goals, eventually it'll turn around and good things happen to decent people. I'm not saying I'm a good person or anything, but for a person that stays set on his goals, good things seem to happen. So we've all had our trials. So I mean, everybody deals with adversity. It's just how you bounce back from it. It was tough in there. I mean, I don't know what you guys are watching. Look at my face. No, it was pretty tough. I followed our game plan, and Josh did a great job. He fought tough. He fought hard. He was in there in my face the whole time. I couldn't believe some of the shots that I landed on him, especially the 2 head kicks, and he was able to actually stay up. The biggest surprise was when I took him down in the 2nd round and he just kind of stayed there. It was very surprising to me how easy it was to stay in his guard because he's such a good leg guy. I thought maybe he would let me pass to his half guard or something. So I think that I made an adjustment in the fight when I realized that he was going to allow me to control him on the bottom. So it was a little easier to set up my strikes because then he had to respect the takedown. So it changed a lot in the 2nd round. That was a high crotch, man, high crotch. Kevin Jackson taught me that. Kevin Jackson, yeah, Olympic champion, my mentor. All you do is you run the pike, guy defends the dump, and then you just throw your outside hand deep in the crotch and just pop your hips. I was really surprised that he did a front flip, though. I didn't expect that. I think maybe he did that trying to roll under me or something. But the guy asked me if how much do I bench press, but it has nothing to do with strength. You know, it's all technique, and once you get to a certain point, there's really nothing a guy can do.
And I'm sure you're proud of Cormier. You're very close to him. Did you see this fight going that way, that path?
I saw it going some kind of path in that direction. You know, I was hoping it would go that clean. I mean, I'm proud of him. You know, it's five rounds, and sometimes you want to finish those championship fights early. But to prove yourself as a true champion, to get there and finish a 25-minute fight and do the whole thing the way he did, it was beautiful. And he's the champ. What can you say? He's a true champion. With DC, he's been at our camp, and in what he lacks in experience, he gains through all the teammates we have at our gym and the veterans. And so DC's he's a competitor. He's competed in wrestling his whole life. He's been to the Olympics twice. Been at the top of the game. So he knows competition. He's a gamer, and he has that confidence when it's game time like nobody else. And he's an up-and-comer. He's a star. He's hungry. You know, I know Josh is hungry and he wants to get back in the game, but DC is he wants his taste and of championship and the gold, and he got it. And he's faster. He's compact, and he's used to competing with my size guys in wrestling. So he's used to that athleticism, that speed. And so when it translates to this heavyweight style, he's got the athleticism and the speed, and not a lot of heavyweights can keep up with him. And with the size, wrestling makes up for all size, I think, in fighting. I think if you have the wrestling, it makes up for lack of size in a lot of ways. You can control the wrestling, control where the fight takes place, and that plays a huge part.